Yo, what's up, stream? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Welcome to the stream, everybody. Tonight we're doing something unique, doing something original, something different. You guys have wanted Rosh to play games on stream for a long time. I get asks for Rosh to play games a lot, and usually she's like, pass. But tonight we are gonna stream the Blueprints, but I'm not playing. Rosh will be playing, and I'm on my PlayStation 5 up in the office. She's on her PlayStation 5 downstairs. She's sharing her screen to my PlayStation 5, and we're communicating via the microphone in the controller. So sometimes you might hear her voice get picked up in the microphone. Rosh and I have been playing this game since Friday. We have over 40 hours in there, and we've done a lot in the game. I don't know if you know anything about the Blueprints or not, but we're going to continue our playthrough tonight. Jointly, me upstairs, her downstairs, but this will all be her gameplay. I'll be interacting via the PlayStation. The PlayStation has some funky little features where I can watch her play, but still interact with her at the same time. So that's really cool. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me switch to the gameplay screen. Go screen. There it is. Ta 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 ta. We're ready. Let's do this thing, Jimbo.
Talk through me through here, because my stream has a lag.
Yeah, I just muted myself while I did the intro.
Okay. In my case, I'm changing the chat only, because I didn't realize there was such a lag.
For the computer?
No, on my phone. The computer seems fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, tell them what's going on.
Well, right now I'm trying to listen to the audio. I don't think I have any audio coming through.
I mean, there isn't much audio. Maybe I'll... What?
Okay, well, I don't know why the audio for the game isn't really coming through, but whatever. So, right now, Rosh is heading over to...
I don't hear anything right now, so...
Hear anything via what? My microphone or the game?
No, the game. Like, it doesn't have much of anything right now.
Oh, even for you?
I mean, it's normal.
For you, it's normal?
Yes, there is barely any audio in the game where I'm at.
Yeah, I know, but there should still be sound effects from, like, choosing floor plans and picking tools up. Okay, so we have started out a new day, and Rosh is heading over to a side room that you can eventually unlock in this game that will allow you to pick a couple different rooms. You can draft a couple rooms out of this side room, which give you a couple different benefits. She chose the tool shed, which means it will always give you at least 2 tools.
Yeah, did you hear me go across the bridge? Because
No,
that was like the only place so far.
no. Okay, so the way this game works is you click on rooms that will draft into, so you have this 5x9 grid. The general goal is you want to try to make it to the antechamber, but the antechamber is completely sealed, And to get through, there are secret levers throughout the estate that you need to try to find in order to open access into the antechamber. Anytime you pick a door, so you start here in the entrance hall, and there's a door heading west, east, and north. Anytime you choose a door, you have to draft a room. As soon as you click on the door, it will give you one of 3 options, and then you have to pick whatever you get. And as you progress throughout the level, you eventually will get resources like money, keys, gems, dice, and some other things. So for this one, Rosh had 3 options of choosing the breakfast nook, which gave her a north-facing exit. She could choose the den, which is the one she usually picks for this location, which always comes with a gem. And I didn't see what the other one was. Now, when you're going through this game for the first time, there's like things you want to look out for. There's a lot of like ongoing clues or a lot of ongoing mysteries and puzzles in this game. Okay, so this originally was called the billiard room, and if you look up in the right-hand screen, Rosh picked up a metal detector out of the tool shed. This thing will pick up in the room if you're near any coins or if you're near any keys. And so she just...
Everything resets every day.
Right, and so the big thing about this is once you run out of steps, which you can see in the upper left corner, which is a little bit behind my chat, or you decide to call, or you lock yourself out and you have to call it for the day, you leave the mansion, and then when you come back the next day, everything resets. All your resources, all the rooms that you chose, everything resets, and you have to start again. Now, there are certain little things that can give you buffs the next day or permanent upgrades you can find along the way. Like if you notice at the very beginning, there was an envelope on the table in the middle of the entranceway, which gave Rosh 23 coins. That is because she has earned herself a 23 coin allowance. So at the start of every day, there'll be an envelope there with money for her to start the day with. Right now, she's working on the break room puzzle, which has some different elements to it. It's basically a series of math problems. I couldn't figure this one out earlier today, but she figured it out. And I believe this one has to do with rounding to some location.
Plus 10 plus 30 minus 4 is 26, and then rounded would be 30. 8 to be 22, rounding that is to 20. Minus 1, 3, 17, still 20. Doug, I need help with the brothers.
Okay, mute yourself then.
I don't know.
Timmer, welcome in. Darth Lego said he'd be in and out. Okay, so this is one of the puzzles that exist in this game. This is more of a room puzzle than a grand puzzle. So the way this puzzle works is there's 3 boxes. One of the boxes will be true, but there could be 2 true boxes. One of the boxes will lie, but there could be 2 lying boxes. You have to review all 3 statements to figure out where the gems are, and that's the box you have to unlock. Now, I didn't see any of the options before Rosh picked, but she picked the right one. I have a very hard time with this puzzle. Out of all the puzzles we've done and like worked around with, this is the one I still struggle the most with. But it's super easy for Rosh, and I just have a hard time with it. Timmer, this might be a game you kind of you could get into. There's no enemies, there's no fighting, there's no bosses. It's called a, I don't know if you've played a game like this before, but it's called a roguelike. What that means is basically the game has a series of items and a series of rooms, and you have a main objective, which is to try to get to the antechamber / figure out the story of what's happening in this game. So anytime you go to pick a door, you have to draft a room, and you get 3 options. The 3 options are all you get. Now, there are certain items along the way that can re-roll those options or whatever. We'll try to explain them as we go along. But basically, that's the general premise. The rooms that you pick are what you get for the day, and when the day runs out, either by your steps going away, which you can't really see because they're up here under my chat, or you choose to end the day because you can't progress. Then you leave, go to sleep, and the next day you start over, and none of the rooms stay. With the exception...
You should move your camera to the lower right because there's never anything over there.
Okay. Well, I mean, it does say the room names there.
Yeah, but that's not important.
If you say so. Okay, and I'm going to lower the chat just a little bit so you guys can actually see the footsteps. There you go. Okay, there we are. Oh, looks like Ross shows the dining room. The dining room seems to not usually have items in it, but once you hit rank 8 on the map, which is going to be here. So this is rank 1, 2, 3, etc. with the antechamber being in rank 9. But once you hit rank 8, then the dining room serves dinner, and you can come back here and get food. Okay, so these are some of the options. So if you see, like if Rosh wanted to do the laboratory, she needs to spend at least 1 of her gems. She's got so many up there. Food, says Timmer, yeah. Now, Rosh and I have played this game a lot over the last 5, 6, 7 days. This game came out last Thursday, and we've been playing it since Friday. It has definitely been the thing that we do every day and all night. So Rosh drafted the laboratory. What she's doing is she's choosing an experiment that will take effect for the rest of the day throughout the entire house. You choose option A, so the next 3 times you open a locked trunk, you can get something from option B. Or each time you eat an apple, or right this second. So she's going to pick one of these, and then she'll pick the result. Now, it can be difficult to pick because you never know what's going to be in your run. Okay, so we could... looks like we're going to get a letter delivered to the mail room. That could be cool. We've never done it before, so we don't really know what secrets it may or may not have. We're going to do it right now. Okay, so that means when we draft the mail room, which we don't have right now, I don't think. So a letter was delivered to the mailroom. Now, if we draft the mailroom, which I don't think we've done yet, then we can do so. Oh, and Rosh has the key card, so she's got access to key doors already. So red rooms in this game. So anytime you see some of these rooms, they'll come with different benefits. Like right here, this lets you see all the inventory in the house right this second. And as you add more rooms, it updates. in the dark room. You can't see floor plans while you're drafting, meaning when you go to the doors, you don't get to see what you're drafting at all. And then the hallway will have one key in it. Darth Lego says, okay, I can type now. I've been eating a late dinner. And he says, this game looks really cool. This game is dang cool. It's a lot of fun. Timmer says, what type of stories are discovered in this game? So there's a bigger, when you first start playing this game, you are the heir to the estate of Mount Holly, which is the manor you're in right now. Your great grand uncle has, or your great uncle, I think is what it is, has left the manor of Mount Holly to you, presuming that you can find the 46th room of his 45-room estate within a reasonable amount of time. I don't know if there's really a timer or not. We found it on the 29th day. But that's the general plot. Now, as you start going through the rooms and you start exploring and getting familiar with the mansion and how the mechanics work along the way, you will start to find letters and notes from staff, family members. Herbert S. Sinclair, the person who owned this manor, he was the Baron who has left it to you. You'll find letters from him as well. And as you go through, there's sort of different stuff going on. You find out one of the members of the Espen family, which is part of the Sinclair family tree, went missing some time ago. And I don't want to give too many spoilers in case you decide to check it out yourself. But basically, as you read newspapers, after the Baron died and now you're here, you come to learn that the Baron had kicked all the staff out for you to freely explore this room. He's lived here for 50 years and says that there's not any rhyme or reason to how the rooms really show up. But as you start going through the game, you start to find all these different... So like right on the desk here, there's a notepad that you can look at. And so this... Before you get here, you'll find memos that are red and memos that are blue, and just like reds, regular pieces of paper and stuff like this, things you can look at on the wall. And when we were taking notes of this stuff, and when we first got to the security room, it says all red cards are lies. And we're like, oh. So like half the stuff we were reading wasn't true. We also found, so what Rosh is looking at right now is every single room in this house has 2 pictures in it. And you have to take a look at these 2 pictures and find out what's the same about them. And then discover what the difference between the 2 pictures, what the clue is once you figure it out. So for this one, on the left, we have a stage. And on the right, we have a deer. But what's another name for a deer? A stag. So what's different about the 2 between a stage and a stag? I'll give the chat just a couple seconds to try to figure it out before I give you what the answer is. But basically, we figured out at some point... Yep, you're right, Darth Lego. It is the letter E, which means this room on the 5x9 grid is assigned the letter E. If you can figure out all the letters across the entire mansion, you get a message from the 9x5 grid that gives you a clue about something else. Yeah, so Rosh, if you could open up the map really quick. So this is the 9x5 grid. So basically, you have to draft a room in every location in order to get the letter. There are clues along the way that point you to this. This isn't something we figured out immediately, but there are some clues that lead to it. And so once you get it all, this entire thing reads out a message to you that has to do with safes in the game, because there are a bunch of safes in this game. Or to be specific, there's 8 safes. And we've only been able to open 1 out of the 8, which involved you figuring out what day it is. And the game doesn't specifically tell you when the game starts. And so you have to try to piece together when the first day is, or hope that if you can draft the vault will tell you what day it is right now. And so you'd have to keep track of that. I was able to figure out what the start date was, but we also, around the same time, we drafted the vault, which gave us what day it was. And Rosh has a notebook downstairs that we keep certain notes in, and she's got a notepad open in her phone with lots of pictures that we've taken to like help us with So many puzzles and so many clues. So in this room right here, this is the observatory. Anytime you pull the observatory, you get... Oh, you can't see it because the chat's in the way. Give me a second.
I'm looking for an item. My thing's going off. I just don't see it.
It's probably the compass, which is right there.
Oh, I didn't even notice the compass. I always forget that's an item.
So right up here, you can see these stars. Every time you come to the observatory, you gain 1 star. And when you look through the main compass or the main telescope that's in here, you can get blessings by looking at how the stars match up that day. The type of stars that match up depend on how many total stars you have. So for this one, that constellation is Diamondus Major, Clavis the Key, and then the other one I think is Tasty Apples. Farmer's Apple. So apples, these are buffs that Rosh immediately gets. So she immediately got 1 key, immediately got 5 gems, and for the rest of the day, apples are extra delicious. Darth Lego
Means that I get more steps for them.
Yeah, so when you eat food in this game, you get extra steps. So what that means is when she eats an apple, normally it would give 2 steps. It probably gives 3 or 4 instead. Darth Lego says...
Every room I go into, I use 1 step.
Right, so anytime you go into a room, you use a step. So you may have noticed that when... I mean, she hasn't done much backtracking yet. But literally anytime you go in and out of a room, it takes a step. Now, this was this is the pump room. And this was sort of a multi-step puzzle process that we did. But there were a few things that we had to do that involved draining the fountain, draining the pool, and draining something else.
Yikes, lose half your steps.
Yeah, Rosh forgets about this one a lot. She confuses it with the auditorium a lot, which is you lose 2 steps every time you walk into it. As to where the weight room is, you immediately lose half of your steps right now. And that's the penalty.
Oh, but I need to be able to go right, so I guess I'm doing
So, hold on, don't... Oh, shoot. I was going to say, don't pick anything yet, so...
I'll just pull it up.
Okay, so what Rosh was doing is... we're looking at the map and where we're at. The antechamber is here, and we need to make sure that we leave entrances to the antechamber. We do know where a lot of the secret... Well, we know where 3 of the levers are, but supposedly there's more than 3. Didn't we just read something recently that said the workout room is supposed to have one?
Which room?
The weight room. Didn't we read something in the network messages that there was a lever in the workout room?
Yeah, but I think I need to put power to it or something. But this room kind of sucks. I hate that I have to do archive to junk now.
So the not great thing about the archive room, I mean, the first time you draft any room is good because you get clues and you can piece things together. Like if you were to read the book out on the desk, it talks about someone who's an author, I think. Yeah, so this is Marigold, which is technically your main character's mom, which you piece together along the way as you find out more clues. But so she released a couple books. I don't know if I remember reading this.
I think it's the Red Prince, the New Clue, something else.
Yeah.
Which way do I want to go?
Timur says, do you have to reveal a room on each grid? So if to get the coded message, you will want to reveal a room on every spot. There are some rooms.
All in one day, though.
Yeah, you don't have to do it all in one day. The message never changes. So like the alpha clues that you get for the grid are always the same. But there are some rooms that do not have pictures in them. Like if you have the spare bedroom, that doesn't have any pictures in it, but at some point you can find upgrade discs. Just a second. At some point you can find upgrade discs, and when you do, they have a room tied to them, which allows you to make modifications. Like the hallway originally didn't give you a key, but we upgraded it to always give a key. And then if you down here on the map, you can see that this is I think it's the ladies' spare room. And this used to just be a spare room, and then we changed it to a spare bedroom, and then upgraded again to the ladies' spare room. So it like added benefits on each upgrade. Okay, what did you say, Rush?
Well, obviously I would be blocking off the antechamber on this side, but the furnace came up, so I'm wondering if I should build it in case I get the freezer.
I mean, you might as well. We don't need to go to the antechamber unless you want the blue crown.
Yeah, I mean, I want the crown, but I can wait. I mean, I've got 2 more entrances, so.
Okay.
Alright, I went.
Okay, now if you look at the ceiling really quick, some rooms in this game need power for the items in the room to activate. So if this room were to get power, the furnace would activate, and it would smelt a key for you.
I don't have a shovel. You tell them about our goal of the freezer, trying to figure that out.
So the reason why Ross chose the furnace is there is a freezer in this game, and the freezer freezes all of your gems and money, so you can't accumulate anymore, and you can't spend them, but you get them at the start of the next day. But everything's in there frozen. So we're trying to see if we have a furnace in the house at the same time as the freezer, if it will unfreeze aspects of the freezer so that we can dig around in that room more, because everything's frozen. If you noticed a second ago, she was holding a watering can, which anytime you enter one of these green rooms, you can use the watering can to get... Yeah, so there you go. The first time you enter each green room, use water to gain 1 gem, up to 3 times. The coin purse is right over here.
Thanks, Cecilia.
So I mentioned earlier that this is a roguelike. What that means is you never know what doors you're going to get as an option when you go to draft. You never know if they're going to be locked or not. You never know what items will be... You never know what items will be available scattered throughout the house. Yep, I saw. I saw, yep. And so that's what makes it a roguelike game. You never know what items you're going to get. You never know what rooms you're going to get. And so sometimes you just might not get a good... I think this goes to the west side. Okay, so that should still be open. So we actually did get into the secret garden. That's one of a few rooms that has the lever to open the antechamber. So as long as we can draft to the west side of the antechamber, we can get into room 46. But to even get to the switch, there was a puzzle here that we had to do involving the I don't know what it's called, but it's the thing at the top of this well that has the wind directions, and you had to turn everything to point in the same direction, which would reveal this secret lever. So there's a lot of these like clues like this in here. We didn't do anything with the pump room, but the pump room was a series of puzzles between moving water and oh, that's right, the freezer's a blue room, isn't it? And the secret passage is orange, green, purple, red, and yellow. Well, do you want to buy anything? Weather vane, thanks. Did you want to try to buy anything?
Buy anything? Like, should I buy a thing?
Well, I just mean you have 25 money and you don't have any shops up in your house.
Okay. Yeah, I could really use a shovel.
And so we mentioned before that like you don't know what's going to like be available in this game. So like every time you walk into a room, you got to take a look around, because sometimes keys or gems will be there and sometimes they won't be there. And sometimes they're on the table, sometimes they're on the floor. Most of the time they're in the same spot, but depending on whether you have the metal detector or not depends on the location of some things. Uh-oh. So Rosh is in trouble here. She's got plenty of gems to like pull special rooms with, but she does not have keys. So I moved my camera a little bit. If you look down in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you'll see a rank. The higher rank you go, the more likely it is for rooms to be locked. Do you have the key card?
I do.
Okay. Did you pull security? Yeah, and you changed it to high security, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what Rosh and I are talking about is one of the items you can get in this game is a key card. And as you progress higher in ranks, it's more likely doors will be locked. But depending on the security, depending on what the security is set to, depends on whether there's going to be high security or low security. The higher the security, the more likely it is for keycard doors to be present. And the only way to access those is either A, have the key card. Yo, what's up, Captain Neku? Or B, you need to go to the security room and then enable the offline function for...
Does the freezer require a gem? I forget.
Probably, but I don't remember. Oh, aquarium. Hey, what's up, Captain Neku? Welcome in on YouTube. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. How are you doing? So yeah, this is I totally lost my train of thought when I got asked about
Security key.
Right. So the two ways to access access keycard doors is either A, have the key card, or B, you need to pull the security room, and then in the security room you need to set the offline function for keycard rooms, and what you'll choose is you set them to be open when they're offline. Then you need to pull the breaker room and go into the breaker room and make it so that the key cards are off. They default to on. Now, this is the showroom, which does require quite a bit of money to like play around in this room, but there are some items you can buy. Okay, so Rosh drafted the drawing room, which will get us into the antechamber. And so you make it to the antechamber, a little pedestal pops up. Oh, okay.
She's not here because I already have it.
Right, and usually there's a basement key here, but we already have the basement key and we've already checked it into code check, so it's permanently there.
I don't have the foundation open though.
Yeah, you don't have the foundation open. I mean, you could get it open.
I need to go try to
So the one thing, open the map again. Now, I said that every day the rooms reset. The one room that doesn't change is the foundation. Once you drop this room, it's there permanently and you can never pull it again. So our foundation is in rank 4 right here. So we use the basement key with the foundation to get into the basement. And once we unlocked that door, it has permanently been open, but we have left the basement key in code check. Captain Neku says, oh my gosh, you're so much further than me. Like, I don't know half the stuff you have. Well, sorry for the spoilers. Yeah, we have not put this game down since Friday night when we started it. I checked our playtime before stream started and we were over 40 hours. But we have been to room 46. Stop. You missed a banana. To the right. Right there. Now, we don't have the pool room drained anymore because we drained something else.
I feel like fruit must have gotten spread or scattered. Because I'm just seeing fruit.
I think when you draft the secret garden, it spreads fruit, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, and I made it rank 8 so I can eat.
Yep. Captain Neku says it's okay. And so, yeah, we figured out how to finally find the secret garden, which I can tell you how to do it if you want to know how to do it. But yeah, Rosh and I have oh, hey, look at those chairs. Not that this matters, but this is the same design that's in that server room.
Oh, you're right. Interesting.
And so here, look at the pictures on the wall so I can give chat some homework. All right, so look at these two pictures, okay? We've got the picture on the left and the picture on the right. Now, chat, figure out what's the same and then the difference between the two.
Yeah. Tell us what letter.
There were a few of these pictures where Rosh and I would write down what they are and we'd sit there and go, Some of them are more obvious than others, but some of them are really like, what are you looking for here? Like the one I'm thinking of is the one that has the trees, but then has the dude who flies airplanes.
Oh yeah.
Where we just sat there staring at these pictures for like 10 minutes, being like, what is the word I'm looking for in this one?
Yeah, I should open up my notes about it because we had.
Darth Lego says, can you move the camera a little to the left? The left picture is covered by the chat. Sorry. There you go. So here are your 2 picture clues that we're trying to figure out the alpha letter for this specific room on the 9x5 grid. Captain Neku says, I'm too dumb for this game anyway. Well, that's actually something I really like about this game, is that Captain Neku says, the pilot and plot one got me for a long time. Yeah, that's one of the ones we sat on for a while being like, what word are we looking for here? That's one of the things I really like about this game that has annoyed Rosh a few times, because we'll pull the rumpus room and then we'll go give Alzara a token, and he'll tell us our future, and she's like, I already know that, Alzara, thanks, I figured it out on this day. One of the things I really like is, regardless of how good you are at paying attention to details, noticing things that are different, and like piecing clues together, this game is very good at leaving you enough clues that even somebody who doesn't play a game like this will suddenly be like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be looking for this? Darth Lego says it's Tyr and Tiger. Yep, you got it. So this room would be letter G in the 5x9 grid. But yeah, we have had a blast playing this game. We have stayed up till midnight every night playing, and not every room has a puzzle or a clue, but it's pretty dang close to every room has something going on in it. Darth Lego says, so the letters make words left to right, top to bottom, or you have to nope. So you don't have to unscramble anything. That's what I thought you might have to do when we first pieced that clue together. It was, okay, does the letter belong to the room and there's supposed to be a unique room order, or does the letter belong to the grid? And I assumed it belonged to the grid. And then we figured it out. Okay, here's another one. This one kind of took us a minute too. Captain Neku says, I just like that everything is a play on words, even the game itself. Yes. Oh, Darth Lego got it right away. Pine and pine, or pin and pine. Yep. So you got it. So yeah, I had made the leap that it was probably locked to the grid. And yes, so once you find the letter for the grid square, you can eventually get the whole message. This room specifically actually doesn't unlock until you get to room 46. Right, so here's an interesting one. This is a commissary. The items in here change every single day. This one has gems, keys, the shovel, which lets you dig around, and then the salt shaker, which anytime you eat food, you get one extra step on top of it. Darth Lego says, do you have the message yet? No, we got it. I think we had the message on like day 20-ish. And so if you look at everything right now, everything sort of has a heat wave, and that's because we have the furnace active. Due to the furnace being active, it means we're more likely to pull red rooms. But we're also hoping to pull the freezer. Captain Necker says blueprints sounds like blueprints. Yeah, it really does. I like that aspect too. So when you pull the dark room, it immediately goes dark. If you have the breaker room, which I don't think we do, you can go back to it and flip on the lights so you can actually see what you're doing. But because we don't have that, we have to just randomly guess. Rosh chose a gem room, which is usually a special room. And so this is the patio. There's almost always a gem in here. There's, I think, 1 to 2 dig spots in here, but it looks like there's just one. You missed the dig spot.
I have the shovel now. I forgot.
Yeah, other side. Yeah, so now that Rosh has the shovel, she can dig up spots around the house. What'd you say?
Did you say there are 2 dig spots?
No, I was saying this room. I was saying this room can have 1 to 3 dig spots, I think, but this one only has 1 right now. So this room used to be called the courtyard, but we got an upgrade disc to change it from the courtyard into the corridor, which is a fusion of corridor and courtyard. Some of the items you find can vary. Sometimes it's food, keys. I don't know if we sledgehammer. I don't know if we've picked up gems yet. But we picked up food and money and keys out of these holes before. And so, okay, so Rosh made it to the foundation. You went into the antechamber, but you didn't go into the 46th room.
I need to open it first?
Oh, sorry, you're right. I forgot. So yeah, when you get to the 46th room, this is what gets kind of crazy. Darth Lego says, are you guys going to talk about the Mario Kart World Direct at all? I can talk about it at the end if you want to. We could set aside like 20 minutes after 10 o'clock to talk about it.
You can just talk about it now too. I mean, I'm just going to...
Well, there's a lot of stuff happening on screen that I'm trying to talk through. So when you first come down here, you need the basement key. You get the basement key from getting to room 40, from getting to the antechamber. But because we've already got it, because we already got to the antechamber and we got the key and we unlocked this and we solved a bunch of the puzzles down here, we're already good to go. We do not have to have the basement key anymore, even though it's in our coat check. So once you get to the ante room,
the only way to get to the basement either. There's like a bunch of different ways to get to the basement.
there are several ways to get into the basement, right? But so the first time we got here, it was through the tomb, but we eventually got the basement key with the foundation and got down here. So once you get to the antechamber, you get the basement key with a clue that says you have to go down to go forward. And it turns out you have to come into the basement, progress through several puzzles in here in order to eventually get to this location, which has the north switch for the antechamber. Once you flip this switch, then you can go into the 46th room. But the first time you get to the 46th room, you get the credit roll and it ends the game. Then you got to do a whole nother run to get to the 46th room a second time in order to get another clue, a new key for those doors that are around the north facing, the switch that takes you to the 46th room, and some other items. So this game has one colossal mystery going on, or like one colossal puzzle going on, and you have to like every time you take one step and get one answer, like 3 more questions pop up. Oh, so while we rolled through it really quickly, the room that had the switch to take you to the 46th room has 8 locked doors around it. When you get to the 46th room the second time, you get a sanctum key. It's one of 8 keys that open the surrounding 8 doors around the switch to the 46th room. There's also supposedly 8 safes in this game, 8 red envelopes that have clues to things going on. So even though we beat the game, there's a lot of stuff still going on. There's also a couple permanent structures that you can unlock, like right here. And even though we did get the second sanctum key, we don't have the clue to solve the second sanctum puzzle. We did happen to have the clue for the first one, but we have not found the visual clue for the second sanctum yet. Which reminds me, we should keep an eye out for a diamond pattern somewhere. Have you looked at that picture before? Oh, I was saying, have you looked at that picture before?
No, I don't think so.
This must just be everybody who took care of the house. Which would mean that lady in the middle is probably Anne. Oh, don't forget to draft a mail room if you get the chance to. And if you draft the kitchen, you can come buy some food if you want to. Make sure you read them because some of them have different quirks with them. So like the club sandwich gives you 15 steps, but the bacon and eggs get you 10 steps and allows you to draft the morning room. If you draft the morning room, which is a green room, you can start the next day with 2 gems. Captain Neku says, I have the first 3 perma upgrades, can't figure out the 4th. The first 3. Do you mean the permanent structures? We don't have the second one. No idea where it is. We found the first one pretty quick. I felt very proud that we found this one. A little deductive reasoning by me. Thank you. And then this one requires the lab. And you have to get power to the lab, or maybe you could do it with the battery pack. Despite the fact that we have found the battery pack numerous times, we've never like also pulled any of the rooms that need power the same run we've had the battery pack. So here's the lab that we're in. You need to get power to this lab in order to power a machine inside of it, and then you have to flip certain switches in the right order on the machine. But to get the code for the machine, you have to solve a sort of cryptogram based off of the periodic table. Digsbot. She must not be worrying about Digspot. She's going to the 46th room.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you. That's not what it sounded like.
Okay, so this is our 4th time in the 46th room. And so we're going to pick up the blue crown, and we're going to probably stick this. Oh, well, I didn't get to read it because Rosh flew by it. But basically the crown lets you redraft red rooms when you're drafting. And anytime you do, you get a gem for doing so. Or the first time. So yeah, the first time you draw a red room while drafting, you can remove it from today's draft pool. If you do, gain a gem and redraw your floor plans.
Yeah, but I need to actually draft the coat check now. I don't have a coat check yet.
Before you wander away, you should re-examine stuff in this room. Getting here is such a hassle.
I'm pretty sure I took pictures of like everything. This is one. I took a picture of it. It's got the...
Yeah, 8 realms and 8 months.
numbers at the bottom.
I appreciate it, Lady Neku, but don't give me. We don't want any clues on anything. We haven't looked anything up. We have 100% solved everything on our own, or between the two of us, anyway. Oh right, and this is that ransom letter we got.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it was the gardener that was like suspected of doing this.
Oh, stop. Look at the mantle of the fireplace. Okay, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so look, this was the first sanctum room we opened, and this is the second one we opened.
Yeah.
Can you interact with any of these?
I don't know. I'm gonna take a picture quick.
Darlego says, I both want to keep watching and also leave so I can play this on my own sometime. Well, and the thing is we're like spitting things out really, really quickly. But like there's a lot of us trying to like, yeah, can you press that one? Or no?
No.
Okay.
But, things have to align perfectly too, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, even though we're sort of just like spitting out some of the answers, there's a lot of, hey, it's you. That statue is you. Even though we're spitting out a lot of the answers, there's been plenty of times where we have to like figure these things out, or we're staring at them for a while, or whatever else. So even though you might sort of be watching, it's kind of like, are you going to remember any of this? Does this clock ever change? I think it must.
I don't know, but this clock I don't think matches this clock.
Oh, this clock's actually working. You can see the hands moving.
This
So,
one stays that way.
so this one is stuck at 1:30. Which is kind of interesting because that video we saw from Alzara was talking about 12:30 at the station.
Yeah, I thought it was like 1:15. Maybe it was 12:30. Okay.
But yeah, if you want to talk about the Mario Kart Direct quick, we can do that. I'm not 100% sure what we're doing at this point, other than trying to pull the freezer still.
Freezer and the
Coat check. Darth Lego says, interesting that the times are the same, but the pendulums aren't. I don't know much about clocks. So but good eye if you do. Oh, and so if you notice, Rosh picked up the compass quite a while ago. What the compass does is that you're more likely to draw north or rooms that have exits to the north. Where are we? Oh, this is the bedroom. You've had no luck with keys this run. But make sure you keep an eye out for boxes and the dig holes. You'll have to be extra attentive because you move faster than I can stop you. Darth Lego says, I assume that if you're not careful, you could get stuck with not being able to put a room. That's correct, and that has happened many times. One of the nice things about this game is if you open the menu, you can go back and look at all your previous days, and you can see how things have gone.
There's been a couple really bad days. And it like names the mansion.
Yeah, and so depending on how well you do, it shows you a different, or not even how well you do, depending on the choices you make, shows you a picture of the house, a name, the types of rooms you pulled to get that name, and then your stats for the day.
Let's see my day 2. My day 2 was really bad.
Yeah, we didn't get very far day 2. We got a humble bungalow. We're playing this on PlayStation because it was in PlayStation Plus Extra. It's also on Xbox and PC with Game Pass, and I believe it's on Steam as well.
Yeah, that was fun. Where's this one? This one's great.
Oh, that's right. We got Mount Holly, the Garden Shopping Center of the Dead. Because we had 5 green rooms, 4 shop rooms, but there was a lot of dead ends in this one, I think. So yeah, right now Rosh is playing on the PlayStation 5 downstairs, and she's screen sharing to my PlayStation 5 upstairs. For a while, we had the pool drained with the pump room, and if you do that, you find items in the bottom of the pool. But we needed the pump room to solve some other puzzles that involve the fountain, the reservoir, and I think those were the big ones. Have you pulled a mailroom yet?
No.
Oh, you still have room on the gymnasium,
I'm trying to get to
the courtyard.
And the chapel.
Oh, and really any of the bottom shop floors.
Yeah, courtyard.
You should probably go to the entrance hall and just go from there. Or I guess it probably doesn't really matter. You're pulling into rank 2 and 3. So the lower the rank, the less likely it will be to be locked. And because we modified the security settings to be oh, just remember you have the blue crown. So if you want to remove a red room from the pool for the day, you can do so. Re-roll everything. Oh, this is the ballroom.
Which is nice considering
Ha! So there is a clue with this. There's 8 sheets of music in the game, and we found a clue that's like, pay attention to the bold words. And at some point I told Rosh we should take a picture of all these. And she goes, I'm not taking a picture of everything in this game, dude. Forget it. And so we eventually found all 8 pieces of paper and read the bold words. And then we had to go find all the 8 pieces of paper again because the bold words led us to a different part of the music sheets that had the real answer. But at some point, we had only found pages 5, 6, 7, and 8, and we hadn't refound pages 1 through 4. So we had half of the clue, and we figured out where the clue was leading us with just the second half of the message, and we found what we were looking for. Oh, that's kind of nice. I imagine if you pull the foyer before you pull the Great Hall, that would be nice. Oh, you could remove this from circulation with the crown.
Well, it was an archive floor plan.
Oh.
I might lose the crown after I got it.
Well, we still have some rooms to pull. You have a key now.
Not very many.
You might as well take the archive, I guess. So the closet always gives you 2 items, and this game uses the term item very loosely because it can be any of the items you see in the inventory plus, or it could be gems, keys, and money, or dice. We haven't pulled a dice this round, but dice let you redraft the draft tool for 1 dice. But
the patio would have some stuff I can dig, right?
Probably.
I don't think I've dug there yet.
Just watch your steps. You're at 40.
Maybe I'll buy some food. There's.
Well, you can buy salt shaker. Oh yeah, and you left this room off.
Oh, so maybe I did dig over it already.
Oh yeah, you pulled the patio after you pulled the commissary, which is where you bought your shovel. But yeah, Darth Lego, if you want to talk about the direct, don't forget to check by the fireplace.
Fireplace? Oh.
Just sometimes there's a key on the ground.
I've got.
Wait, stop. Go back.
I have a metal detector.
I wanted you to look at something different, but don't do it now. Just forget it. I don't want you to use up your steps. But if you want my input, you got move so fast. We got lag. You and I have lag speaking through this controller, and I have lag watching this.
You're arguing with me pretty quickly.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, when I say stop, you're like a good 2 seconds ahead of me. Which isn't a lot, but it is a lot when you breeze through rooms. Make sure you keep an eye out for the chest. You have a sledgehammer now. So the thing about the sledgehammer and chest is sometimes there are little cases around the estate. You can open them with keys, but if you have a sledgehammer, you can just break the padlocks off of them and get the items for free. And the chests usually have pretty good stuff. Sometimes they've got usable items in your inventory, or they can have keys, gems, resources that you can use. I don't think we've ever opened a case that's been a dud. And so that was a security office. That's where you can change some of the settings and whatnot for doors. The gymnasium's right to the west. Okay, so we've been trying to pull the freezer, and we haven't had much luck with it. I don't remember how many... Can you open your inventory and look at your floor plans? Maybe it will tell us if it's a special cost or not. Yeah, room directory. There it is. Can you click on these? Oh, so it's already pretty rare, but it doesn't look like it costs anything.
Well, let's find one we know.
Aquarium costs gems. So there, this does list a cost. So the freezer doesn't cost anything. But it is a pretty rare pull. I think rare pulls happen later in the game. Here's one of the 8 safes in the game. The like grid clue is something like, if we count 8 small gates, 8 safes, or something like. Well, it's like if we count 8 small gates, crack 8 small safe or 8 safes or something like that. Darth Lego says, what are you most excited about for Mario Kart World? I think I'm most excited for the open world nature of the game, just exploring nooks and crannies everywhere. That one's really cool. I like the fact that there's P-switches and little like question blocks hidden around for stuff. I'm excited to know what those things are for. I have a feeling unlocking carts and characters is going to be similar to series stuff in the past where you just collect coins. They already told us in the direct that by doing well in all the Grand Prix, you'll basically unlock the Star Cup, which I think is going to give people a familiar like Super Mario World vibe where you go to Star World. So I think that's cool. I think it will be neat to have like little secret unlockables, because there weren't any secret unlockables in Mario Kart 8. I mean, other than like vehicles and stuff. But it used to be that the older Mario Karts had like secret stuff you could find, like secret characters you could unlock by doing stuff. So I'm hoping that's what Mario Kart World is going to do, is things are going to be locked behind. Some of them you get for racing, or some, finish a Grand Prix, get a character, or do certain challenges, get a character. Is this chessboard interactable?
No. Sorry, you asked me that last time. No.
Rachel gets really impatient with me. So I'm hoping Mario Kart 8 will have some of those more like traditional mechanics that didn't exist in like Deluxe. Just gave you everything right out of the door, which, hey, that's cool or whatever, but I'm looking forward to unlocking content again, and I hope that's the case. I think the feature I'm most excited for, besides the costumes, like I love that you unlock and perma-get costumes. Oh my gosh, I got really excited about like the Italian Luigi skin. It was on screen real quick, but there is like a real cute Italian inspired outfit like from Italy for Luigi, and I was like, oh dude, that looks so good. So I'm very much looking forward to finding costumes. It also incentivizes. You can go to the archives unless you're out of keys.
Oh yeah, no, that works.
And so I'm hoping that there's more things to unlock in World. Like I want to turn the game on and like 90% of the game be locked out. Like I want to work towards unlocking stuff again. I think that would be really, really cool. It also incentivizes playing as other characters. Like if you want to unlock people's costumes, you're going to have to play the characters and go find all the like food places around the world. I noticed this in the last trailer, but depending on which region of the world you're in, or like what tracks you're racing on, when you pick up food, there is a like, I don't want to say for sure a number because it could change stage to stage, but in the video I saw, there was like a 1 in 8 possibility of what costume you can get. So like pulling food, you get an RNG kind of thing. Me dressed as me. So, but I think the thing I'm most excited about is I thought it was super cool that you'll be able to drive one track, drive to the next track for lap 1, and then do 2 laps around that track for that race. And I think that's really cool. But the thing that is more cool to me is the fact that if you're playing with friends or multiplayer, you can go, I want to race here, and then I want to race over there. And you can choose whether you just teleport there, or you can choose whether you're going to drive there. So that's pretty dang cool. Darlago says, I thought it was only 1 lap around the track. It could be. I didn't, I poured over those videos 2 weeks ago, and I don't have them, finally memorized. So it's possible it's, It's possible it's a 2-lap Segway and then 1 lap around the track when you get there. But I do like that when you're playing with people, it is a toggle that you can turn on or off. I think that's really cool. The other thing I'm really excited about is, while I'm really excited for launch on an individual level, Rosh and I are both going to try to pick up a Switch 2. We're both going to try to get the Mario Kart World bundle, and obviously we'll play together. We'll play with our kids. That'll be really cool. One of the things I'm really excited for is when everyone else eventually gets one. Like when my father-in-law gets one, when Darth Lego gets one, when Timmer picks one up, when more of the family picks it up, because Mario Kart's a big deal in my family, but it's also a big deal in the extended family. And you know, there are times where we call each other up. We're like, hey, let's do some races. Like, let's get a Zoom call going or whatever. And, you know, we play Mario Kart for a couple hours, and that's really fun. We play it together at family functions. So I'm really jazzed up for when everybody else gets it, because then it's going to just be, stop. I think never mind. I saw a sunflower, but I thought it was a banana. I'm really excited for when everybody else finally gets a Switch 2 and gets Mario Kart, because that's going to be like a day one buy for most people in my extended family. And then we'll get to play together, and I'll be really excited to see what character choices people pick, what costumes they like to choose. I liked a lot of the new mechanics I saw where you can like jump and hold drift in order to like jump over blue shells, or jump into a wall and start wall running, or jump to get onto like one of the new grind rail mechanics. I thought that looked so cool. I did find out that there's a rewind mechanic. So this doesn't work if you play online, but it does work if you are in free roam or in single player. But you can do a rewind mechanic, which pulls you back on the racetrack. Everybody else is still racing like normal, but you can pull your own character back to retry a shot. And I thought that was really cool. It'll be really good for folks who want to like practice a location over and over again. Darth Lego says, okay, Rasha's ending her day because she has nothing else.
Which means I'm losing my crown.
Oh, dang. So, yeah, we didn't get a coat check, which means Rosh isn't able to put the blue crown into coat check, which means if we want the blue crown back, we have to get to room 46 again.
I'm going to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Darth Lego or Timmer says, can you race to get to the next track? So I would have to look at the footage again. I watched most of the footage really, really closely 2 weeks ago, and now I haven't, and now I've got other things in my brain. I finished the worst Xenoblade Chronicles ever this week, and so I added that to the pool for Rosh to trade in, because we're trading in some stuff for Rosh to Switch 2. And then I restarted playing Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which is a good game, which is an incredible game, and so my brain's all about Xenoblade right now. And I've been playing Animal Crossing with my middle son, Firelord, and we've been collecting Easter eggs for Bunny Day. And so I don't have the like finite stuff about Mario Kart World stuck in my head anymore, because I obsessed about it for one whole day, and then I moved on with my life. Darth Lego says, I'm pretty sure it was 2 laps to get to the track and then 1 lap. It could be. I don't know if it depends on like how far away the track is from one another or not at all. Darth Lego is probably right. I just am not saying with certainty because I don't really remember. He might remember, so I'm just deferring. So if Darth Lego's wrong, then it's on Darth Lego, not on me. But I don't remember. It sounds like he remembers, so I'll just believe whatever he's saying. He says, "Let me go check YouTube." Yeah, if it's that, he's probably right. He's probably right. I believe it's a double sectional, and then 1 lap around the track that you drive into. But I do know it's a toggleable feature. Oh, I got really excited about accessibility features. Ever since some of my coworkers who are like 40 and 50 started playing video games and sharing their experiences with me, and like,
Also my items.
oh, and yeah. So Rosh lost. I mean, this is what happens at the start of every day. You lose your items. Rosh is starting with the key card, so you might be like, whoa, how did she do that? She upgraded the billiard room to the break room, and if you end your day in the break room, the following day you'll start with the key card. which is pretty nice. So as long as she can pull the security room early, she can jack up the security and make it so that it's more likely key cards will be available in every room instead of regular locked doors. And so thinking about how like some of my older friends who play video games are thinking about like my aunt who doesn't play video games too much, but video games are like a pretty big thing in my extended family. And like my mother-in-law doesn't care for them too much. My aunt-in-law doesn't care for them too much. But, you know, even though they don't care for them because it's a family thing, they go ahead and do it. Even though it's not an interest of theirs, they go, well, let's spend some time with the family. I'll play some Mario Kart. So I get really excited for people like them because we can turn down the difficulty. We can turn down the speed that we play at so that it's easier for them to play with. Then we can turn on things like auto drive. Don't drive off the road because those are skills you have to pick up. But by turning them on, they just get to have them. And there is a auto use item button now. So you can toggle it to automatically use items. So like if you're someone who doesn't play very much, and maybe has a hard time coordinating driving with pressing buttons, the game can automatically use the item for you. And we've been teaching my 4-year-old Leviathan how to play Mario Kart. And that's one of the most difficult things for him is to realize he has an item and to use it. So literally 99% of the time he picks up an item and just holds on to it. And so I'm really excited about some of the accessibility features that will be there for people who don't really play video games, people who might have trouble dealing with like holding all these different buttons. Like in my age now, like, you know, I'm 36. And when we play long sessions of Mario Kart, it really hurts my thumb and adds to the tightness in my hands when I have to hold the A button for too long. So I sometimes turn on auto accelerate if we're playing for too long, but if it becomes a problem, I turn it back off. But sometimes I turn it on because it helps out my hands. I really thought about getting compression gloves for when I know I'm going to play long-term video games because my hands just get really tight. I probably do something like this like 30 times a day. Like I'll stretch my hands out for a good like minute or 3 just doing this. It's got to be at least 10 to 20 times a day. Like I'm always restretching out my hands because they just get so tight. My Zelda friend at work has arthritis, and she really recommended picking up like compression gloves. She says that they like help her out quite a bit. So I've kind of given you guys the general. Oh, stop! Sledgehammer. It's over here. Oh. Boo. Darthago says that Bex uses compression gloves while sewing. Yeah, so I've thought about getting them for when I do my writing, which I haven't done in a while, but if I know I'm going to write for like an hour or 2, I really got to stretch my hands out. But I figure it'd be something good, like good for that, or something good for when I'm playing dice, something good for playing video games long haul. Ross usually sees all this stuff without me shouting it, but I just shouted in case. Yeah, there's not a lot of music in this game, but since I'm screen sharing, it's not sending any of the sound effects through. But normally there'd be sound effects for like walking, interacting with the doors. The Great Hall is a place that does have one of the secret levers, but it has 7 locked doors. So you either need RNG on your side. Gosh, what is the name of that other room we were looking at? The foyer.
I found a floor plan for the Great Hall. But it might only apply to one specific day. I'm not really sure. Or maybe it applies to the next day. But in one of the drafting rooms, there's floor plans for the Great Hall showing what door has what.
Ah, I see. That's cool. But yeah, there is a hallway called the foyer, and if you get it, it makes it so that all hallways are always unlocked, which hallways are orange. So it makes me wonder if that would work with the If that would work with the Great Hall and just make all the doors open. Darth Lego says, okay, so I just skimmed through the first Treehouse Mario Kart World segment and the Grand Prix they showed. Driving in the second track, 1 laps and 2 were to get there, and lap 3 begins as they cross the start-finish line. Okay. That's cool. Oh, this is the one where you switch the numeric values at the end. Yeah, this diamond one took us a little bit because at some point as you do these puzzles, they scale up, and the more you successfully solve them, the more difficult they get, and they start adding certain rules, but they don't tell you what the rules are. You have to figure them all out on your own. Like this one, like you need to do 1/3 of 1 minus 1/3 of 1 times 20. I guess. Yeah, Rosh has done a lot better with some of these more complicated ones, and they start adding in like squiggly lines, which I guess means round, up or down, and whatever else. But there's been ones where they add square, which means you need to like take the color value associated with what's in the middle and the like other parts of the puzzle, and then you have to like square you square the interval or the sum of that specific line and then do it kind of thing. And yeah, there's been a lot of puzzles that we've solved along the way. Like when you first start, so many things are clues to bigger puzzles, or to puzzles you just might find later along the way. Like, it's pretty cool. There's a lot to like about this game. I like that there's no enemies, there's no fighting, there's no bosses. It's not a horror game, but it is like an atmospheric kind of game. Okay, and so it's 10 o'clock right now. I think what we'll do is we will end stream whenever this day ends. Taking a break from talking because my voice is like dying. But yeah, if I recommend you guys check this game out, especially if you already have something like PlayStation Plus or Game Pass. This game is already included with it for free, as long as your PlayStation Plus is extra. So whether you have Game Pass on PC or on your Xbox, you should be able to play this game. If you don't, Game Pass, which is a Microsoft thing, Game Pass is $9 for PC, and I think it's $18 for console and PC, which also lets you stream to your phone or play from the cloud if that's an option. It's not an option for every game, but it is an option for some games. Yeah, there's a lot of clues in this game. I don't want to give everything away, and I have sort of like covered a lot of things on like a hierarchy level without giving you the answers to all the puzzles. But there's a lot in here, and it's been really rewarding and really fun. Darlego says, can you use the bedroom to farm steps? It says when you enter, you gain 2 steps. Yeah, so I thought...
You have the sleep mask. If not, then not really.
Well, and the sleep mask only works the first time you go in there.
But if you only gain 2 steps, as you keep going back and forth, you're just gonna like...
Yep, I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what I thought too, Darth Lego, is that you could farm steps, but you can't, because going into a room takes a step, and coming back into the room takes a step. So you're effectively just taking 2 steps to come out and come in, and then the game goes, here's your 2 steps back. So you're really just doing nothing. Now, she mentioned the sleep mask. There is a inventory item you can pick up in this game called the sleep mask, which anytime you enter a bedroom, for the first time, you get +5. And there are some unique mechanics around bedrooms. There is, so you have the bedroom. You can eventually upgrade the spare room into a spare bedroom. Does the boudoir count as a bedroom?
Yeah, and I have like a special stat to get that one too.
Okay, so the boudoir counts as a bedroom. The ladies' room is a bedroom. The master bedroom is a bedroom. The bunk room is 2 bedrooms. Does the nursery count as a bedroom?
The nursery, yeah.
Yeah, so the nursery counts as a bedroom. And so depending on when or how you draft all these things and if you have the sleep mask or not, you can really take advantage of getting additional steps. Like the nursery is anytime you draft a bedroom, you get an additional 5 steps. The ladies' room is anytime after you draft this room, if you enter the boudoir, you get 10 extra steps. The bunk room doesn't do anything, but if you have a sleep mask, it counts as 2 bedrooms, so then you would get 10 steps from it.
That one was a weird one. Chuck, look at what this says.
The false boxes are both... What? Okay. Yeah, the parlor, I struggle with the like word puzzles in here all the time. They're like a cakewalk for Rosh. And she has taken several attempts to sit here and try to explain them to me, and I just struggle with them so much. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't. And the math problems have gotten so complicated now that I struggle to follow along with them, but Rosh doesn't.
Now I get the go check.
Yeah.
I wonder if getting keys is harder because I'm further along in the game.
Oops, I accidentally covered my child with my water bottle. Jarthago says, bummer to not being able to farm steps. And he goes, yeah, math problems are a no for me. Well, so that's the thing. These are scaling puzzles. So like in the beginning, all these puzzles are really simple to figure out, which helps you sort of understand them. But as you progress...
Every time they introduce a new mechanic, they give you a simple one first.
Yeah, so when they first started adding in the minuses and multiplications and divisions, and when they decided, oh, we're gonna add tier rules now, like they don't specifically tell you they're adding tier rules, but you look at it and you go, wait a minute, why didn't that work the way it worked before? And so they give you sort of like a softball one first, and then a upgraded version of it the second time, so to help you like figure out the mechanic. They actually do a pretty good. And you know what happens if you get it wrong? Nothing. You just start over. So you replug in the answers you already got, and then you go, okay, what do I do here? And like, yeah, I suppose at the end of the day, you could just scroll through all 20 numbers to try to guess it. But I also think it's more fruitful to try to reverse engineer it from there. So if you really can't figure it out, you find the answer, and then you go, okay, that was the answer. How was that the answer? And reverse engineer it so you can be like, oh, okay, now I got it.
There should be a bookmark for Twitch.
Oh, okay. So you can see that Rosh can redraw because she has floor plans. But if she was in the drawing room, she could also redraw each door one time. Oh, hey, hold on. Go to the picture on the desk. I want to see if the chat can get this one faster than we did.
This one's easy.
It's easy when we figured it out.
I knew this one right away. This one's easy.
So this one I got stuck on because I looked at it and I went, okay, we have a highway and a fishing rod. And that was immediately what my brain said. This is a highway and a fishing rod. Okay, well, congrats, Darth Lego. You're a big brain genius. It is road and rod, which makes this room a letter A. Hey, make sure you're keeping an eye out for like pictures or whatever that might show the diamond.
Oh yeah, will do.
Okay, so if you look on the right now, you can see Rosh has 2 redraw options. She can redraw with a pencil because she's in the draw room, the drawing room, which lets you redraw one time, or she could use her dice. Oh, back in the lab again. And so, yeah, on the right there, is there a magnifying glass on the desk? The other desk. To the, nope, sorry, turn around. Not there either. The desk in the middle of the room. Nope, it's just a Bunsen burner. Eggman is on Rosh's account and says, "Go, mommy!" Okay, so because Rosh is back in the lab, she can set an experiment. So you select option A anytime you eat an apple, anytime you unlock a door, bypass security, or anytime you draft an archive floor plan. You can either A or B set your steps to 40, lose 10 steps but gain 20 gold, or have a letter delivered to the mail room. Which, hey, we had letters be delivered last time, but we never went and did it. You should do that one again. Who knows how many useful letters will go to the...
I'm kind of guessing that they don't carry over day to day.
Oh, okay, well then do that then. Did we ever find what to do with the vac?
No, I've been trying to do email stuff for a while, and there's the same 4 emails with nothing new.
Hey, go back and look at that stuff. No. On the...
Even though I logged into a different server last time.
Can you go back and look at the wall to the left?
Oh, at the wall? Sorry, I thought you were talking about the computer.
Nope, left.
To the left. This stuff?
Yeah, I wanted to look at these like hex grid things.
I don't think it's anything.
Yeah, it might not be.
Just nonsense. We already figured that part one out.
Well,
Where's the other?
so
Oh, that one's easy.
I'm just saying because of the like additional room clues with all the like symbol stuff. There are a lot of things we just passed over as like whatever. But then it turns out
But these ones specifically, like, are literal nonsense.
Darth Lego says it's tier and tie. Yep, you got it.
Yeah, most of them were really easy. There's a couple that took a while.
Well, and once we figured out that's what we were supposed to be doing with them, because at first you're just like, why are these pictures here? But yeah, so if you guys think this game looks cool or like you want to try it out, hey, even if you don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation, or maybe you don't want to buy it on Steam straight away, go to xbox.com, make an account, or anybody who plays Minecraft already has a Microsoft account. Go there, and you can do any of the Game Passes for $1 for the first month. Go get Game Pass for $1, download blueprints, have a freaking blast. You're welcome. Or if you want to buy the game outright, it is $30. Oh, there's a sanctum key in the vault. Yeah. I just loudly was remembering that. We haven't picked up any security box keys in a while, but we have found 3 different security box keys. I think it was 134, 233, and 3 something. So yeah, there's the nursery. Whenever you draft a bedroom, you just get 5 steps. Eggman says, give me food. I'm hungry too. But while all my kids are home tomorrow and Monday, I still have to work. Fun. Oh, this one was...
This one took us a while.
This one, yeah, this one was... Took a minute. Because it's like hands and a crowbar. But yeah, so... Well, congrats, Darth Lego. You have a giant brain. Rosh and I have been playing this together. And it's definitely been it's been a pretty fun game to play together. Oh, so she gets another star for entering here. And then we'll take a peek at the constellations. Oh, don't do the bottom right. Don't do that one. The bottom right one is a skull, which means you're more likely to get dead ends. But freezer, furnace, those are dead ends. Well, what does your map look like? You have options, I suppose. You don't have like any keys though.
Oh, this one. So there's this picture. Don't say with the word. And this picture.
This was one of the ones I found really easy. I got this one right away. In fact, this was one of the first ones we saw, and I went, hey, do you think this could be a thing?
Not every picture means the same thing.
That's true. So, like, you guys got road and rod, but just because you got... Or, like, when you got pine and pin, Darth Lego, that doesn't mean that that tree picture will be used as pine next time. All right, so reminder, whenever Rosh gets to the end of this day, we are going to end stream.
You can quit sooner than that if you need to. That's fine.
Well, I think people are invested, so I don't want to like cut it off in the middle of a run for them. I'll leave that one a secret. Oh, Timmer got this one. He said desert and dessert. You're right, Timmer. Yep. And Darth Lego said, oh, nice. I was overthinking about the flan. Flans are good. Well, it is. So it did look like flan, but it also is flan. But flan wasn't the word. Dessert was the word. And so that's what we're trying to say. Like so like earlier, Darth Lego saw the tree and the safety pin, and he went, "Oh, it's pine and pin." And that one was correct. But there is a time where you use the picture that he assigned pine. You do use it again in another like puzzle, but the word you're looking for isn't pine. So you have to figure out the other word. And same with flan. You do use the flan and the dessert in multiple puzzles, but it's not always dessert and it's not always flan. You have to like look at the associated image and figure out, okay, what are we calling this? And so it's not always the same. Oh, you have a furnace already. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I just need a freezer now.
Yeah, freezers are blue and they cost no gems.
I just bought a bunch of keys, so.
I'm mostly just repeating that in case you end up with the archive again. Oh, you got the lockpick kit. I didn't know that. The lockpicks don't always work. Nice. Originally, the storeroom would give you one of everything, but we found an upgrade disc, and you could choose whether it gives you an extra key, an extra gem, or an extra coin. And so we chose extra keys, which I still think was the right choice. Now, if you do go out and play this yourself, I will say I have not given you the answers to a vast majority of the things you've seen here tonight. I did talk about things on a higher level, but I have not given the answers or even clues to several of the things that exist in each room. I have given you little breadcrumbs along the way that will help you out with stuff, but that's about it. That's about it. I figured some of you guys might be really interested in playing a game like this, so I didn't want to just drop all the secrets on you. But yeah, if you think this game looks cool, I really recommend you check it out. If you don't have $30 or don't want to drop $30 or don't have PlayStation Plus, because PlayStation Plus is stupidly expensive and it's whatever, I think Game Pass is the much better option. It's cheaper, gives you just as much. You can do it on your computer. And Game Pass actually lets you do introductory memberships that lets you actually try it out. So I think it's really good that you can get a month of Game Pass, get full access to their catalog, and try it out for $1. That's a steal. That's a good deal. Well, how many mechanized rooms do you've got? 1, 2, 3. So if you do the mechanarium, you've got the boiler room, security, and the lab. So that's 3.
Okay, then I'll try that.
Wait, why are they all on this wall? Where does this one even go? This one goes south? It does. Okay. Dovecote. Mechanarium? Is that really a word? Oh, 3 coins that time. That might be the most I've ever seen you dig out of a hole. Go check, go check, go check. Dining room's good. Once if she gets to dining room, coat check's good too. Especially if we get back to room 46. What was kind of funny is it took us 29 days to get to room 46. And then the very next day, on the 30th day, we got back to room 46. So, see, there's certain rooms, like, on the pool here. There are certain cards where, like, if you add the pool, then we will add the locker room, the sauna, and the pump room to today's draft pool. Which means if you want to go to the pump room, you need to do the pool first. I still think that the next time we do the locker room, we need to make a map of the locker room and map out what was in what. Oh, so did you say that there was a blueprint for the Great Hall in here? All right, Darth Lego. Oh, okay. Darth Lego says he's got to go to bed. All right, Darth Lego, we'll see you later. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Can you look at the globe? It's to the right, and there's a chest there too.
Okay. I thought I had the thing.
But key, money, and gem.
I got my key back.
Okay. I want you to look at the bottom of it because it looks like it's a clock. Is that turning or no? No, just a dial. Like, is the dial moving like time is going?
No.
Okay, go look at. Is there a clock in this room? I don't think there is.
I don't see one.
Well, maybe if we come back at the time that that thing says and spin it, maybe something will happen.
Maybe. That. I don't know.
Oh, like here's a clock right here. Yeah, so it's
Not the same time.
it's midnight.
I went the wrong way.
I think that could be something. I think if you come back to this globe around or on that time, something could happen. I also think this chessboard is a clue to something. Because every single room has chess pieces. And I've been thinking that for a while, that we should keep track of...
Hey.
Oh. So the mechanarium can have a switch too. It shares the same switch with the secret garden. Nice, so the lockpick worked. Ooh, courtyard. Woo!
Did you say my lockpick broke?
No. Did it break?
No. I thought that's what you said.
Oh, I said, oh, the lockpick worked. Sledgehammer. So now that Rosh has a sledgehammer, if she finds a lockbox, she can just smash the padlock on it and get the items inside.
This room was never locked.
Oh, right. Coriander is never locked. Or courtyard. All bedrooms. Oh, you must have got the study.
Yeah.
The tunnel is a funny one because when you go draft at the door, it will always have another tunnel. unless you redraft. Then it won't. There's a dig spot.
Like, I was looking for it. There it is.
Yeah, when you do the tunnel, it will always have another tunnel when you draft. Which probably not relevant to our current room grid, but I don't think that will work here.
Won't. I'm just trying to decide what to do. Do I redraw or do I...
No, save your stuff because look, you've almost got everything filled out.
Yeah.
And we can always enter the like VAC code here. And if we get to the 46th room, we're going to go downstairs anyway so we can check that corridor for if this opens the door or not. Here, hold on a second. Switch that back to purple.
Yeah, now.
Okay, we'll just leave it then. Okay, so we found there was some clue ages ago that said filling up all, because one of our first plans was, do we have to get a room in every room slot in order to get to the antechamber? And we eventually found a clue that was like, no, that doesn't do anything. Which was great to find out. Oh, you have the shelter on.
Do I?
Yep. So this room is
Yeah, I do.
sheltered.
I'm like waiting for it to hit her out. But I saw the coin purse.
So because Rosh had picked up the shelter for the room outside of the manor, it means it protects her from the first 3 red rooms, but that was her last protection from a red room. So from now on, if she picks another red room, she'll have to deal with whatever consequences come with it. Oh, I remember trying to figure out the word puzzle with this picture. Oh, we've never done the trophy room.
Yeah, I don't have enough gems for it.
Well, where are you on the map? I mean, you could redraw with the dice. Hey, do the music room.
You think so?
Yeah, because there's a sanctum key if you draw the music room quite late.
Oh, that's right. Got the garden key. Regular key.
Well, maybe it's not 9. Maybe it's 8.
Well, and maybe it's not the music room either. We're assuming it's the music room. It said something with a major.
Yeah. That's true. Well, shoot. Well, Ham. Sorry. I thought it would be here. It looks like your lockpick still works.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting about it.
Okay, map. Okay, and then I'll take you to the antechamber.
Yeah, I suppose to get the crown.
Yeah, don't run in. Don't run in. Don't run in.
I'm not going to.
Did we draft the coat room?
I haven't. Yes. Yeah, no.
I don't.
I thought I did, but
No, it was in the pool, but we didn't draw it. But dining room is out there too, and you've hit rank 8 now. Oof. Now you can always swing for a redraw.
that's worse.
Sauna it is, I guess. So the thing about the sauna is if you draw the sauna, you get an extra 20 steps the next day.
Can't remember if commissary had stuff too, but where is my
Oh,
dining
you
room?
can't get to the foundation today.
No, I can't. So it doesn't even matter.
But oh no, we filled in that area.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about it. I was really hoping that's all of my doors, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so I have to be done for the day.
Yep.
Yeah, I was hoping for the freezer. That was sort of like what I was going for.
Oh wait.
What?
I'm just remembering one of the clues about clocks, but you're standing on a bunch of gears. Which this probably isn't a clock. One of the sanctum keys has to do with clocks from above. Okay. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching Blueprints. If you're interested,
At least until I get,
to the break room.
yeah, until we see what house I get.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll start the outro now, but I won't cut the stream until we see what we get for the day. But yeah, if you like this game, make sure you go check it out. It's on Game Pass Extra. It's on Game Pass. It's on PlayStation Plus Extra tier, and it's on Steam. Check it out. I think it's a great game that a lot of people can enjoy, whether you're good at puzzles or not. There's a lot of clues that help guide you. Rosh and I just happen to figure certain things out faster than others because we're both pretty good at paying attention to stuff. So Rosh got Mount Holly, Baronial Manor. So 40 rooms. I don't think so either. So 40 rooms, got to rank 9, took 92 steps, and found 6 items. So yeah, depending on everything you do in here based on steps, rooms, dead ends, whether you use red rooms, green rooms, bedrooms, yellow rooms, they all sort of can give you a different type of manor for the day. All right, but I'm out for the night. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your Easter or Spring Festival or whatever you choose to celebrate this weekend. We will see you back here on Tuesday, the 22nd. And right now I'm living in the world of I don't know what I'm streaming. I could play Skyrim. We could keep doing Blueprints. I just don't know on the day of what I'm going to do. Side note, for those of you who do watch YouTube, I did not get around to recording a YouTube video this week, so there will not be an episode 3 for the Breath of the Wild Nuzlocke tomorrow. I'll try to get an episode recorded and get another one out for next week, but I've been feeling a bit creatively stumped, and I'll try to get my head in the right space to shoot an episode for you guys next week. All right, but have a great weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday probably, and have a great night. Bye-bye.